Okay, that's weird. Ah, that's brilliant. That's fine.
Happy Father's Day from us at Yoda Soda Creations podcast. Girlfriends to which I've visited to community called recent. From what I've heard, seems that seems that my co-host has had more than just a party to handle with.
Yeah, so I forget what happened on Sunday. Or was that the party? I forget. And uh, it's kind of a blur. But yeah, Monday I had to go over and help paint my old room because my aunt's moving into there. Tuesday, more paint. Then of course I had work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And also I had to go over there to move the couch and the table because they were cleaning the rug. Also shipped out some Pokemon cards that I sold. So yay. And yesterday, more work. Though all things considered, it was actually kind of a quiet day. Like, yeah, there was like 63 people, but they were all outside. So it's like it it wasn't really crowded or anything, so that was kind of nice. Ooh, downside that I found out on Friday. Yeah, the Taco Bell that I usually go to is currently closed at the moment. Don't know why. Don't know how long. But I'm gonna have to work out an alternative plan. My current idea is using the 7-Eleven app to get some cheap sausages. Oh, and today I actually planned on streaming some Final Fantasy V because the whole four job fiesta thing's going on right now. But I ended up waking up at 12:30, and my sinuses were stuffy. So yeah, something something. Why do I bother planning? But yeah, that was basically my week. I actually got a new 1 terabyte micro SD card for my Switch, so I'm actually in the process of transferring files over. If only I could find the app on my phone that shows me the files. Uh, yeah, I took the old 400 gigs card out, put that into my phone, because that's actually the max capacity it'll hold. I swear I must be blind or something. Like, where is the app? Oh, there we go. Okay, that's better.
Let's see. I think we heard. Let's see. I believe. Let's see. But I don't think it. I don't think it would be a. Crisis thing because if it was, they would have just because if it was, the drive-through at least would still be open.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and apparently several other Taco Bells. Like apparently the Taco Bell by my parents' house. Apparently that one's also closed for no explained reason. Ugh.
either remodeling or something regarding the brand that I wasn't made
Yeah,
aware of.
yeah. Though you'd think that they'd say like, "Oh yeah, we're remodeling." Like for all I know, okay, given that there's several other Taco Bells that are doing similar things, that's not likely. But for all I know, someone could have shot up the drive-through again, or maybe not again. I don't know if it's been shot up yet. Point is, it wouldn't be the first time the drive-through has been closed due to damage. Yeah, it's kind of annoying having my usual plans upended like that. On the other hand, the 7-Eleven cheeseburger bites are pretty good. It's like someone was asked, "Do you want a hot dog or a cheeseburger?" And the answer was yes. Also, the spicy dog isn't too bad either. Ooh, and I could get myself a horchata. Okay, to be all things considering, this isn't looking like too much of a downside, like too much of a bad like secondary choice. Because like get a couple old hamburger, like cheeseburger or dogs. got a nice medium or large horchata. That's actually sounded like a decent meal. Probably more calories than Taco Bell, but okay. The other option is I just go to the Taco Bell by the apartment. Like I have options. It's just that on Friday we were running late due to traffic and all sorts of stuff. So it's like I really didn't have any options at the time, so I basically didn't get to eat till after work. And it was actually we only had like we only had like 12 people, so we got out at a decent time, and my stomach actually held up better than I thought it would.
Okay, okay, so I got okay, so I got an article with okay, so I got an article within state. Apparently, plans are being considered for exterior renovations and other improvements,
Ah,
possibly statewide.
ah,
But it looks well, Oregon at least.
right. That's interesting. Eh. Yeah, it's funny. Like I basically found this set out on the way to work. It's like, oh crap, Taco Bell's closed. McDonald's, what do they have? So I download the app. And it's like, okay, the cheap menu. Okay, that's not much. It's basically all that I really be interested in was the chicken nuggets. I'm like, yeah, no, that like, and it's like, oh, if you want to view the full menu, go here. And the full menu is not much better. It's like this isn't the full menu. This is like I don't know if they have like a or limited menu still due to whatever, or it's like because going online, there was something about the smoothie drinks being on the $1, $2, $3 deal menu or something, and like those weren't there, and like and where's the sausage McMuffin? Like I could have sworn they switched breakfast items over to an all day thing, so where are those on the menu? So yeah, I didn't go to McDonald's.
Okay, so it's remodeling. Okay, so it's probably remodeling state by state since I think I think my folks didn't have much of a problem getting lunch today.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it also depends on the area.
Right. But yeah, that was my week. Also, on the side note, after the recap, maybe a bit into the not recap. Let's go the weekly update, or maybe into a bit of the recap. I might be called out for dinner. It should be quick, just piling some those mini hot dogs wrapped in the croissant roll, like those things. Just pile those onto a plate, and I'll be right back. Yeah. So, how's your week? So, there.
So from Dad being away till Friday this time, not very much. Though I should, though it's, though I, though I've noted that he, though we noted that he actually, as mentioned, he stuck around for lunch, left somewhere in the after, stuck around for lunch, left somewhere in the afternoon.
Oh, I really need to get drink coaster for my bedside table. Like,
Can't really think of anything else. Can't really think of anything else other than that. Except for a couple of things that I might bring up later, in regards to looking ahead.
yeah. Yeah.
With that, we can move on to our main subject of the week.
Yep, the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic 2021 annual uh, comic. Or the Diamond Dog issue, as people have been calling it.
Post Post release titled The Two Kingdoms of Caninia.
Hmm. Yeah, this is actually a pretty thick volume. I say volume as if it's an actual book, but it's still like a regular comic. But I think it's like maybe feels kind of feels double sized. Either that or the pages are thick. Actually, the pages feel a little bit thicker, I think. Oof. And on a side note, it is warm tonight. And it's going to be even worse tomorrow because, yeah, tomorrow it's supposed to get up to about 100 or so, I've heard, or read, or whatever. So yeah, tomorrow I'm not doing anything. Okay, maybe I'll record, but like I'm not going outside. Anyway, the comic.
I did
So
I did contemplate whether or not to have the window open tonight.
yeah, it's like
Finally decided on a crack.
yeah. For now, I think my fan's doing an okay job. Mind you, I think it would be maybe a little bit cooler if I turned my light off. But like I said, I've been managing transferring files between SD cards. Plus, I had to get out my sewing machine to get the Threadripper in order to pry open these SD cards slot on my phone. It's like, yeah, sometimes like I was watching a video like, okay, how do I get this thing open? Like, oh, use a sewing needle. Like, do I have a sewing needle? Threadripper. I wonder if that'll fit. And just barely. I got getting sidetracked. Anyway, the comic begins with Rowdy, Big Mac, and Meadowbrook going along a road towards a very canine-looking mountain. Yeah, Max pulling the cart while Meadowbrook's walking close by, and Rarity, of course, is in the cart sewing, I think. Or knitting. Yeah, that's knitting. Yeah, it's like, yeah, could you watch the bumps? It's kind of difficult to knit here with the bumps. Wouldn't want me to ruin this, would you? And Mag is just like, like he does not want to be here. But yeah, apparently, Verity is an emissary to the princess, and like, yeah, why are you knitting? Like, maybe we should figure out why we got some royal invitations to two different queens. Verity thinks it's all a mistake, and for the sweaters, she thinks like, oh, the dogs, they could use some cute sweaters. Maybe they could work out a trade deal. And also Maud's coming along with them. But where is Maud? And Maud nails the superhero landing, like right in front of them. Yeah, apparently Boulder heard them calling her, so she decided to show up. Yeah, Maud and Boulder have been busy, you know, making some important geological discoveries. Yeah, need some material for the paper she's writing. And oh, so I'm just a tad bit tired. And that's the call for food, so I will be right back.
Guess I'm the guess I'm the one to sort of guess I'm the one to make a bit of a guess I'm the one to make a bit of a Disney joke. Cave of Wonders much? Oh wait, that's a dog. Yeah, honestly, can't remember the last time I would pooch save. Can't remember the last time I would notice a pooch-shaped cave entrance type deal, but
Hey, yeah, sorry about that. Like I said, had to pile the plate up. May actually go there for a bit more if I'm still hungry. Okay. Also move this over and
couldn't resist.
hopefully that'll hold. Yeah, push that back. But yeah, so where was I? Anyway, they're going along and they meet up with a new canine friend. It's like, hey, I'm Rarity. I'm Siri of Princess Pet Sparkle, and the dog's like, go car, go car, go. Like, the cable car, yes. But no, it's not a cable car. It's a mine car. And so the dog pushes them off the cliff, and they fall down onto a rail cart, like onto a cart rail thing, which then goes along the track, goes up a ramp, and then becomes a cable car. Quote Rarity, I dislike that tremendously. Meadowbrook agreed. Mac is like, yep, that is fine with this. But wow. So yeah, where they arrived is actually looks very nice, nice and green. There's like two different castles they have to go to because like, hey, there's two invitations. Oh, yeah, they go up to the first one and they're greeted by Princess Moonbeam Twinkletail. You can call her Moon, and Princess Ambrosia Muffin Buns. You can call her Amber. I like these two already. But yeah, they're there to welcome them to Caninia. And like, why, greetings there. Who are you and who does your mane? So d- does everyone in Equestria have such well done hair? And it's like, I'm ready, and they wish. Like, yeah, Rarity is surprised that there'd be a diamond dog with such fashion sense. Though to be fair, with the diamond dogs that she's met up with, yeah. But apparently, those diamond dogs are very distant cousins, or basically like, oh yeah, them, yeah, they're not with us. yeah, so Moon's like, oh yeah, those two, they look like they'll be good friends. You guys can come with me. We'll go see the queen. The queen is like, oh hey visitors, this is nice. We haven't had visitors in a while, but yeah, apparently, I guess yeah, the queen's name is Queen Janino Lanternlight, but everyone just calls her Jen. Yeah, apparently she's not doing so hot. Like she stumbles and has to take things slow. Yeah, apparently she's been sick for a while. But then she's like, okay, how was your trip? I used to go outside, but yeah, I got sick and stuff. So, but yeah, where he's like, your valley is very nice. The ride is, it's a ride. But Meadowbrook's like, oh, okay, we should probably ask about the invitations. Like, we know we got the invitation for this, but what about the other one? Like, what's going on with that? Everybody's like, oh, we'll get to that. There's plenty of time for that. But like, it'd be it'd be very rude to interrupt this current conversation. But Jen's like very excited to have this new alliance with Princess Twilight, and like, and they have so few trade partners. Like, hey, Rarity, do you like diamonds? We have lots of them here. And Rarity's like, yes. But yeah, the queen would show them around, but that's kind of difficult for her right now. So like, the princesses, they got this. And like, they'll give you a tour, and then we'll have a feast tonight. No expenses spared. Everything's great. So first they go to the magic library. It has a bunch of books on spells and potions. So yeah, magic library. And then they head to the royal spa. Everyone's enjoying that. Well, maybe except Big Mac. Then they head to the academy, which is open to everyone. Like, okay, that's nice. And then the gardens where they grow, and Big Mac's like golden apples. But yeah, Rarity's like, okay, so yeah, that area over there, what's that? And like, oh, yeah, that's the other kingdom of Caninia. Like, wait, look, what? There's two of them, and oh yeah, the princesses are the sisters of the queen, and the other kingdom's run by their other older sister. Like, oh, okay, so how many of you are there? Uh, six altogether, but haven't seen the other three in years. Which I'm guessing the other, like, one sister is the queen over there, the other two are the princesses, basically mirroring what's going on here. And hold on, which one is which again? Okay, purple is moon, yellow is Amber. Okay, but Amber is very like I haven't seen Fiona in years. Which yeah, Fiona is her twin sister, so she's very sensitive about it. And
Too bad.
and Maud can understand like she would also be very upset if she hadn't seen her sisters in years. And like, okay, Rarity, you got to do something. So Rarity's like, okay, how did this happen? So they were out digging for gems in the mines. That that's what they do as princesses. And they found an entire new vein of gemstones. But there was these creatures there that no one had ever seen before. So they returned back home to the queen and asked permission to continue exploring. But like, no, it's too dangerous to continue. And yeah, apparently she had kept them from learning magic for a while, like for years. Too dangerous. Ah, being overprotective. Got it. But yeah, basically, like all Amber wanted to do was decorate and design the castle, but they weren't allowed to do that. Like nothing can change any. Like nothing can change. Jen wanted to climb and dig. Or Jen was the best climber and digger. Oh, Jen was the best climber and digger, but like made all sorts of rules on where exploring can happen. And it's like, okay, we got to get out of here. And so they left, but this other sister stayed. So they broke off. Okay. So yeah, they built their own castle. They had the rules how they wanted it. Like, screw your kingdom. We'll build our own kingdom with blackjack and hookers. But yeah, so like, yeah, they did it with the that they mined from the cavern that they were told not to dig, not to get O2. But then Jen got sick and wait, hold on. Then where was I? Uh, I'm guessing, and then I'm Katharina, which I'm guessing is the other queen, refused to let the sisters visit. And it's like, oh yeah, that was all Jen's fault. It's her own fault that she's sick. And like this whole thing's been going on for years, but like everyone's too stubborn to make up and compromise. So no one can visit anyone, and everyone's miserable. But Mom's like, you're in luck. Fixing friendships is Rarity's specialty. Mine is rocks.
Classic
But
mod.
yeah, yeah. Everybody's like, oh yeah, like between Ma, Big Mac, and I, yeah, we've dealt with some friendship issues. So let's check out the other castle and see what's going on. Back to the mine cart. Whee! So they get to the other castle and are greeted by Princess Fiona Floppy Ears and Princess Indiana Ember Eyes, or Fiona and Indy. I was like, oh yeah, nice to meet you. Weren't sure you got the invitation. And like, okay, yeah, we did get the invitation. There was a bit of a mix-up, and wait, oh, you're Amber's twin. And Fiona gets very excited, like, oh, how is she? Well, there was so much, but like, Em said she had to leave, but wish she could have gone with her, but they couldn't leave Indy alone. And like, yeah, how are things going with her? And they're like, they look very identical. So,
Also, but
yeah,
also a bit of, also slightly bit of Big Mac. I think I had too much golden apples,
yep.
which, by the way, are not related to the one capable of granting wish. The one capable of granting wishes from issue 69.
But yeah, so yeah, apparently the older sister as a queen, it's like takes the job very seriously, and like it doesn't really leave much time for much else. And speaking of like, yeah, we should probably go meet up with yeah. So yeah, they're going along, and Maud's like, oh yeah, do you do any decorating? Oh no, we're not allowed to, even if it is dark and depressing. Try to make her laugh sometimes though. I checked on it for earlier this week. And Meadowbrook notice basically says like, yeah, this seems more like a prison. And so they get to the throne room and they introduce to Queen Katharina Proudpaws. It's like, you may refer to me as, and Reddy interjects, let me guess, cat? And everyone's like, gasp, you may not. And apparently that word is forbidden. Murdy apologizes, and the queen continues like, you may refer to me as Your Majesty or Your Royal Highness, as has been tradition. Tradition is very important. Like, like, of course, apologies, Your Majesty. That is more like it. Now, how may I assist you? And Verdi explains like, we're here to establish friendly relationships between your kingdom and Equestria, but yeah, there's two Caninias, and uh, yeah, and Katharina like, I am the only rightful queen, and like, who says that I want to make a treaty with Equestria? Always seems like you're always embroiled in some sort of conflict. Seems seems like it would be more trouble than it's worth. And it's like, I have siblings that count on my protection, and I'm not going to be tricked into endangering them, just to make some new friends. But Maud's like, oh, if they're so important to you, why haven't you allowed them to visit each other? But like, but the queen's like, oh, how dare you! They made the choice themselves, and because of Jen's greed, she fell ill, and she doesn't want uh, Indy and Fiona to become victims of that greed as well. What if they got sick? Hmm. Give me a moment, munching down on a hot dog. Like, oh yeah, Jen, she thinks the only way to find the country is to let them do whatever they want. So they decorate and use magic and dig wherever they like with no regard to safety. And they call me the mean one. Like, wow. But like, she's not mean, she's loyal. Her parents entrusted the safety of her sisters to her, and while she can't stop Jen from endangering herself, she will stop her from endangering the kingdom. She can make them all sick. And Medbit chimes in like, well, what if we could figure out what made your sister sick? Maybe we could cure it. Like, how would you do that? And yeah, she's like, I'm Mage Meadowbrook. This is kind of my whole deal. Like, curing people's sicknesses, that's my whole thing. And the queen's like, wait, you would put yourself at risk for my sisters. Like, oh yeah, I'd take precautions, but yeah, I, I've had to deal with worse. So the queen reluctantly agrees. We'll escort you to the edge of the mines, and you'll attempt to figure it out. But if something goes wrong, we are not helping you. So they get into the elevator, and the group from the sisters from the other kingdom are like, they're like, hey, what are you doing here? Well, we saw that our new friends are going into the mine, and we thought maybe they might need backup. After all, you're not gonna help. So yeah, they're being lowered into the mine via elevator, and no, no, and Verity goes is like, oh, hey, like at least the sisters are finally seeing each other again. Yay, I guess. I mean, like the closest than they've been in a while, at least physically. It could be better though. So they're in the mines, and Maud's checking the place out and finds bite marks from a rock turtle, which appears to just be a turtle with a rock for a shell.
From the way they're drawn, though, almost almost look like some sort of gemstone.
Hmm. Apparently, it's been munching on galena, which is also known as lead glance or lead sulfite, which is usually dangerous, except if one is munching on it, it fills the cavern with lead dust, which is bad when inhaled. And Meadowbrook's like, oh, oh, that's what's going on. Oh yeah, I got this. And yeah, has lead poisoning. Not even a magical illness. Like, yeah, I can deal with that. Like, yeah, it'd be a huge problem if there are a bunch of turtles munching down on the stuff. And they look up and there's a bunch of turtles munching down on the stuff. Yeah, that's bad.
Mage is sort of the major MVPs here.
Yeah. Meanwhile, topside, um, they're chatting, and Moon decides like, okay, yeah, I'm going down there. They might need help, and I can use my magic to help too. Hey, like, hey, if I can't, what good is it? What good is it to learn magic if I can't use it to help others? And Amber, wait, that's Fiona. Fiona decides to go too. No, wait, Amber decides to go. Then Fiona decides to go. The Queen's like, no, bad, sit. But yeah, Fiona's not having any of this. And the queen's like, India, Indiana, I am your queen. And Indy's like, if you want to protect us, you come too. Like, full on family revolt going on. And yeah, the place is shaking, and Maud notes that, oh, at the rate the wall's been eating, it's moving several feet each day, and they're directly below the castle. Ew, that's not good. Yeah, apparently, if we dig a hole underneath the castle, said castle is likely to collapse into the hole. That's bad. Like, okay, how are we gonna stop that? And in comes the group. And like, and by group I mean everyone is here, even the queen. Well, technically both queens. But like, yeah, we heard what you were saying. And yeah, Jen's like, well, I may not have lived in that castle for a while. Yeah, I'm not letting it collapse. And Maud has an idea. So they start moving rocks to brace the castle, some using raw strength, others using magic. But unfortunately, the ground collapses underneath them. And, oh, hey, look, a tree of harmony. Wait, so we're having main comic plot points in the annual now? Huh, was not expecting that. I was expecting this to be kind of its like own standalone story outside of like the general plot line of the ongoing series, you know? It's
Yes,
like aren't the
yes, major shift in the usual in how annuals are usually.
yeah,
Upon reading the summary, though, you probably should have expected it.
true. If I had read the summary. Well, okay, maybe I did, but that was a while ago, so I kind of forgot. But yeah, like, it appears that we are next to a tree of some sort with six spaces around it. And yeah, Verity knows what this is. Like, okay, you come over here, you go over there. Like, okay, Moon is clearly magic. Amber wants to help Guest, so she's kindness. Indy's honest, so and Fiona tries to make every dog laugh. Okay, got those sorted out. Now Jen was generous and Katharina is loyal. But like, okay, why are they not lighting up? Are they broken? But Katharina's like, maybe I'm the broken one. Like, yeah, you told me what you needed, but I was like, I thought I knew better, and loyalty was to tradition and not the people, and yeah, but yeah, she's saying like, yeah, she was wrong, and yeah, a truly loyal sister would have come to visit you, would have come to visit no matter how angry. And like, if you hadn't come here, we wouldn't have known about this issue. And like, yeah, can you forgive me? And Jen's like, yeah, I should have come a long time ago. You're not the only wrong one. Yeah, like you warned me it was dangerous, and I didn't listen. Charged in with protecting myself, and like sometimes being generous isn't just about giving to others. Sometimes it's about forgiving others, especially when they care for you. And I agreed never to never to shut each other out again. and the lights underneath them glow up. And the tree's like, boom. And the dog's glowing. Meanwhile, outside, the castle's collapsing. Run! And the queen's using magic to hold up the falling bits of castle, and she tells Mac and Meadowbrook to help her subjects. Like, meanwhile, back underground, okay, they're tossing rocks around, and wait, okay, does Indy have laser vision? Because that looks like laser vision. Anyway, but yeah, they successfully braced the roof, and everyone's happy to be together again. But Jen's like, okay, I'm not moving back into that stuffy castle. And Catherine is like, oh yeah, what a dream of it. Actually, I'm kind of interested in trying out Amber's spa. And like, wait, hold on. So who's the queen now? I think, okay, having two queens isn't quite right. How about six queens? And we get to the letter. Dear Twilight, well, we've had quite the adventure here in Caninia. You literally bridged the gap between six sisters. We're going to have to stay a bit longer because Meadowbrook is healing one of the princesses. It's like, ah, Meadowbrook carrying a bowl of the stuff, and like, say woof. Though hopefully not too much longer, I must admit I find myself missing Sweetie Belle. I suspect Big Mac is missing Apple Bloom, but you'd hardly notice if you weren't paying close attention. Meanwhile, Big Mac is literally like, I miss Apple Bloom! Though I'm not trying to, not, though I'm, tr- nah, though I am trying not to beat myself up too much about needing to stay. Oh, and I nearly forgot. I found something quite interesting here I can't wait to tell you about. Ciao for now, Rarity. And as the issue closes, we see that the temple light up indicator has two lights lit up. Another one, that's it. Call meeting of the Knights of Harmony. To be continued. So this takes place before the last. This is after the first story, but before the next one. Because this would be the in continuity. This would be the second temple lit up. Ooh, and in the back of the issue, we have a whole bunch of pieces of art of like other different characters. Ooh, and an art pin up from Artist Magic Volume 1. Ooh, and a mini. Ooh, and in the back, there's actually a mini story. How much is that pony in the window? Should we cover that one, or? Oh, there's actually lots of stuff in here. This is, huh. I wonder if this is like a regular thing for annual issues. So yeah, for the mini story, Rarity is having Pinkie Pie try on some clothing. It's like, okay, I need to get a few things. Don't move. Like, I need to have that finished tonight for a very important client. But Pinkie's like, come on, I'm not gonna get in too much trouble. Like, what could happen in 3 seconds? And the music starts to enter the room. It's the ice cream pony. And she dashes out, orders 3 fudgy-wudgy swirl bars, munches down on the thing, but Nurse is like, yeah, kind of made a bit of a mess, so okay, need to fix this. Like, okay, the gown is red, the curtains are red. Take the curtains and wear them. Red is like, wait, what? Yeah, I think she noticed. Let's see now. Oh yeah, there's that bit from issue 12. Nice. But yeah, that's it for the 2021 annual issue. It was actually quite nice and actually relevant to the ongoing plot lines. Okay, that's not there. Okay. Sadly, like I said, I'm still managing to. I'm still working through transferring files over, and okay, that's there. Different thing. Okay, transfer that over, and yeah, like very nice. We get to see more diamond dogs, some actual decent diamond dogs, and they get to resolve family issues. Yay! But yeah, yeah, it was nice. Admittedly, like between it does seem that like all these stories kind of feel like they're just following a basic template. Like, okay, mind you, this one revolved around solving issues with characters that we hadn't seen before. Whereas, like with the first one, first thing was with Sakura, and the next one was with Capper. Like, kind of following a template of, oh, someone we know or someone we're meeting now needs to resolve a friendship issue, that and then at the end, everyone makes up and lights up the tree. Like, I mean, I know that's like the whole thing with ponies, but like when he plays them right, like one after the other, I mean, okay, there was a bit of a break, but it does become noticeable that they're kind of sort of repeating the same thing, just with like minor detail changes. Though on the plus side, we are getting to explore our new areas, so that's a nice side bonus. It's just something I just noticed, you know?
But like I said, the main thing that a lot of people look for, a lot of people were looking forward to with, a lot of people were looking forward to with it, were looking forward to was exploring the cultures that were not explored in the main show.
Yeah.
Of note, if you're not used to puns by this point, in terms of this generation, starts to starts to starts to lean in a bit, starts to get a few more in, but starts to get a bit more heavy heavy towards the closing pages.
Yeah. Oof.
I think that was in part the tree's doing.
Yeah.
Two things that stood out for me. Definitely hoping this Fiona is a little better than how the fox turned out.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we have like, at least for the fandom, we have actual decent diamond dogs to work with now. So not all diamond dogs have to be how should I put it, uncivilized. Uncivilized.
Middle East of Novoisms with Katrina, but thankfully that didn't. We actually got some development this time around instead of hints.
Yeah. Hmm.
Mainly, I'm kind of curious as to what the fan base would do to these VAs, because
Yeah.
if it's a good joke to have them similar to Gollum in the show. Once again, the main feature very strong, especially in the character department.
Yep.
That bonus, which oddly was not included in the my source.
Ah.
I feel that I feel that's similar to those YouTube shorts they used to upload.
Ah, yeah, yeah, definitely.
If what I'm reading is correct, I believe the closing point is saved for the milestone.
Hmm.
Which means that instead of a one-off without much connection, as it is with the actual show,
Yeah.
the milestone actually ties into something.
So, getting like newsish stuff. So apparently, if you have if you have the game not Final Fantasy, Might and Magic 10, yeah, Ubisoft took the servers down, and you can no longer get past Act 1. And this is why always online checking is bad. Now, mind you, I haven't. I don't think I have or have played Might and Magic 10, which I kind of regret because like I grew up with the series. But then again, and like yeah, it's like they got bought out or whatever, so it's like it's not the same anymore. But still, you hate to see it happen to such a nostalgic franchise. But yeah, the people actually paying for it get punished again, or as someone on the forum put it, the pirates win again because they don't have to deal with this stuff. Not that we on this show condone piracy or anything. I'm just saying a lot of those anti-piracy measures, all they tend to do is punish the people who actually buy the thing. Which is funny because like some of the early games actually had those things where like you have to have the manual and able to progress past a certain point. Like, oh, in the booklet on page whatever, or line whatever, word whatever, what is this word? So yeah, if you bought it secondhand, you might have an issue. So yeah, the franchise isn't a stranger to piracy protection, but that was kind of how they did things back then.
Well, that's another one to add to the list. We had another one to add to the list. First, we had SimCity 2013. Then we had the Xbox One. Now this.
Yep. And so Baja Blast is back in stores again with two additional flavors: Baja Flash and Baja Punch. Flash having a pineapple slash pina colada flavor, and Punch being a tropical punch. Now, I actually did try the Flash the other day. Figured like, ooh, hey, this is new. I can record two of these and do like a short snack episode, and it was okay. Better than the Fanta Pina Colada. Though, admittedly, yeah, I was trying to see like, okay, can I taste the individual flavors? But it does come off as more of like a I'm not getting the pineapple or the it's funny. I'm not getting like pineapple or coconut flavor. I'm getting pina colada, which is pineapple and coconut, but kind of like a slight distinctive difference there, you know? Like it's it's the two together, but at the same time, you can't really taste the individual. It's weird, but do you understand what I mean?
Sort of. Can't remember the last time I had something like had a mix mixture similar to what you're talking about. But well, can't remember exactly what it was. But I think can't remember exactly what it was. But I know it tasted different.
Yeah. What else? So apparently, people were digging into the Epic Game Store, and apparently they had files pertaining to the Final Fantasy VII remake, and apparently a data of I think it was like December something like this. So it's like it could be that the Epic Game Store will be getting the Final Fantasy VII remake this winter, which means likely that people on Steam won't get a chance until the end of 2022, if not later. That, mind you, could maybe not be an exclusivity thing, but well, they already did it with Kingdom Hearts, so why wouldn't they with Final Fantasy VII? After all, they're just getting extra money from it, from just the deal itself. Even if it doesn't sell that great, they'll still get their money eventually from sales. But I get that competition is supposed to be a good thing, but the way I see it, Epic isn't like uh, doing the whole thing like, oh, we also have a great storefront or all these things. It's hey, we bribe the company so we get the games first.
On a somewhat similar note, despite the NBC cancellation of Manifest, it seems the production crew, including creator and cast, are still trying to get season 4 produced, but will probably end up looking for a different network.
Uh,
So I had a bit of a mix-up. I did mention to see the Sunday Detroit IndyCar race, in which Warden Chevrolet was the winner. And earlier today in IndyCar, Alex Palou received his second win of the year in Wisconsin.
Nice.
Ariel Merle and Kyle Larson were the All-Star Texas winners. And there were 9 Mustang top 10s. And Boston took the 5-2 victory again in Nashville. Second time in its NASCAR Cup life. Plus 3 Mustang top 10s.
You keep going, I'll be right back.
Oof. Mackey facing backlash for response to Sam Bucky romance speculation. Falcon and Winter Soldier. So we got a poster for the G.I. Joe Origins Snake Eyes movie. Oof. Snyder responding to Batman Catwoman controversy with a NSFW image.
That I did read about that. Ooh.
New pop vinyls based on Loki revealed. Got in talks between Marvel and DC about potential crossover. Seems there's a taste of upper reinvention for Stranger Things Season 4. It only has Snake Eyes got the poster, but also a full trailer to be released tomorrow.
Yeah, I've been getting that trailer for on my YouTube videos like for the past 2 days or so.
DCEU's Aquaman wants to work with The Rock. I expect nothing. I don't think it'll be not sure. Not sure at this point if it's going to be DC or something, but interesting.
Yeah. So apparently the Netflix Avatar series. Apparently there's been some character descriptions leaked. For I guess searching for actors. Like taking a quick peek and yeah, it looks good. Like for the most part, like everything seems on point. So good on them. Eh, although, in several things, it's like, oh, he they have they have developed mysterious powers. It's like, wait, so does bending not exist in this? Like, what? And also, yeah, a few points of this seem to be a bit sus. So, yeah, like on one hand, they seem like okay, we want to make sure or we don't whitewash this like the other thing. On the other hand, some of the setting descriptions is
To be fair-ish, I don't think everyone was a bender.
well, it's like and then Zuko discovered that he developed mysterious powers. It's like no, he's a firebender. It's like he was always a firebender. Firebending is kind of like a whole family thing. This shouldn't be mysterious. And by the side of it, something about a school project with yeah, like oh no, no, don't let this be another Dragon Ball evolution. Leave the high school shenanigans to manga spin-offs. Or hell, a chibi-style animated spin-off series if you must. But yeah, for me, it's like I'm partly oh. Again, still better than what we got from the movie.
No, but to be fair, I don't quite remember addressing. Don't quite remember an address of how this whole bending thing got started in the actual show. Might be missing a comic also, but
No, probably something to do with spirits. Like, spirits are a big deal in the Avatar universe, so I figure they probably had something to do with it.
oh yeah, there was that.
That's like, oh yeah, that. uh, I mean, hell, I haven't even really watched Avatar. I've watched reviews, but I haven't actually watched the show myself. I'm like, yeah, spirits, those are a pretty big deal. Mind you, I'm also reading a story that's currently going through Avatar, but yeah.
Somehow it feels like a shift in how far back the whole thing goes properly, but
Yeah. Although there are some claims that the whole thing is fake, which okay, wouldn't be the first time, but yeah, we'll see.
we're not going to have the card games out again, so or at least no announcements as of late.
Yeah.
Well, next to the whole safe manifest thing, Aragon remake is also trending. Fans rallying with Chris, the original author, to get Disney to develop a proper adaptation.
Yeah.
So, in interesting quotes back and forth between James Gunn and Anson Mount.
Who?
Thankfully, the latter admits he responded with a lack of professionalism.
Yeah.
Mount, by the way, is actor from the deservingly invisible Inhumans. Joaquin Phoenix and Renee Mara are part of the cast together Polaris. Response to Gibson Clean's regarding Morbius. Seems that the film is set in the Sony universe as opposed to the MCU.
Yeah.
And is still set for a January 22 release. Watchmen producer Tom Spezialy said to serve as showrunner for a live-action Silk series. Lena Lauren Velez added to the Transformers 7 lineup. Looks like a sequel to Scoops in the early works.
Hmm.
Marvel is reportedly casting South Korean actor Park Seo-jin, mysterious role. New Hotel Transylvania to October 1st. Looks like a controversial reference was thankfully cut from Falcon and Winter Soldier. Luke is also getting Funko Pops.
Ooh.
Fisher vows not to let Warner allegations blow over. Yes, Johnny Test is getting a revival. Looks like Warner is the potential candidate for Manifest Season 4. First look at Supergirl's costume for Andy Muschietti's Flash. Ethan Crowley joins Wonka, which is shaping up to be a major player for Warner. Fisher, Defoe, Hayek, Jordan, King, McGregor, Lamoa, Thompson, Gervais, Culkin, Odenkirk, Wen, and Thompson. Among the actors getting Wonka Fame stars next year.
Yeah.
Turning Red, hoping to become Pixar's return to theaters. Cage is making a bit of a comeback in Pig this July. Looks like there's potential for a Toretto solo film or prequel. Yuki Sanda added to John Wick 4.
Oh, nice.
Tiny 3 trailer launched. First 3 episodes coming August 12th. Getting a new Aardman film on Netflix this November. From what I've seen, though, character design's a little bit different than usual. Peter Jackson's Beatles documentary, going to show the group's entire last performance. Kisasimoto Generation Fire, coming Disney Plus 2022. Developed by rising animation talent from 6 African nations. Will Smith chose to star a first ever variety comedy special on Netflix. Well, James Bond Squad have a 2-hour, 12-minute film. Star Wars Visions, first look, sneak preview, Anime Expo Light, July 3rd.
Okay.
In the quest for Black Superman, John Boyega has nominated Jonathan Majors and Regina Page.
Okay.
Julia Butters as Spielberg's younger sister in that untitled film based on Spielberg's childhood.
Mm. Mm.
Shemar Moore cast in Sonic 2.
Hmm. Yeah, I still need to get around to seeing Sonic 1. I mean, I keep meaning to see a lot of movies. I keep getting distracted. Admittedly, I partly blame YouTube for that, but Yeah.
Furiosa's solo film begins filming in August. Groot heading home to Planet X sometime soon in the MCU.
Ooh.
Ah, yes, and it got hyped over this one. First trailer for Breath of the Wild 2.
Ah, yes. Yeah, getting some floating island action. Apparently, Zelda's being incapacitated again. And by the looks of it, either the Sheikah Slate has become a gauntlet, or he has a Sheikah Slate prosthetic arm. The trailer was kind of vague on the whole issue, although the latter would be kind of cool.
Can't help but feel that that first bit might be an upgraded version of the original Zelda 2.
Hmm. Speaking of Nintendo properties, the next Smash fighter has been announced. Kazuya Mishima from Tekken. Yeah, the trailer had the whole throwing people off cliffs thing going on. Yeah, I think a lot of people thought it was going to be Heihachi at first, but nope. Although to be fair, the Japanese voice actor for Heihachi passed away, so that could be why. How long ago was that though? Let me check. Because if it was recently, then they wouldn't really have time to have replaced him yet.
Interesting.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah, that's yeah. I want to say that all the Japanese Heihachi voice actors have died. Let me just double check. Oh no, Banjo Ginga is still alive. Although, let me double check. Do no, apparently he only voiced Heihachi in Tekken 1. So he was the first Heihachi. The other two since then have died.
Feels like a decent move.
Yeah.
Well, the Beauty and the Beast prequel series has been greenlit. With Gad Evans returning as LeFau and Gaston. Brenna Middleton as Tilly. Kitsis and Horowitz join Gad as co-runners. And Mencken returns for soundtrack. The Scream reboot is ready for its January 14th release.
Hmm.
Got a trailer for Troll Hunters Rise of the Titans coming July 21st. Amazing look back by James Gunn on Scooby-Doo, which turned 19 on the 14th.
Hmm.
Harrowing Day. Never been involved with a mainstream film. The Empire crew were incredibly affected by how it did. Initial reviews great. Was exciting at first. Part of a hit. More on Wonka. Musical origin story is set mid-19th century England, Industrial Revolution.
Hmm.
Filming commences September. Apparently there's a wrong trousers reference in Loki.
Hmm. I've been watching Loki. Pretty good series so far.
Bullet Train coming next April. Brad Pitt, Joey King, Andrew Cucci, Brian Tyree, Henry, Michael Shannon, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Senator, MIT Lasco, and Senator Bullock. Jeb Stewart, head writer for Assassin's Creed. Seems they learned the mistakes of the Killing Joke. Scene removed from season 3 of Harley Quinn. Reportedly grotesque. Looks like current rights to Code 8 Part 2. You look for the flash, courtesy of Muschetti. Title page shared for the cancelled Lego Batman movie sequel. Mickey explains that it better focus on Batman's future for the Justice League, particularly Superman. Appropriately titled Super Friends.
God, I remember Super Friends. Used to show that on Cartoon Network back in the day. God, I feel old. Uh,
Somehow I get the feeling they'll be using a puppet Yoda for the Kenobi series. Getting a Miss Piggy guest appearance in the upcoming season of RuPaul's Drag Race. Got a first look at the Black Panther expansion pack, releasing this August. Also from Square, Guardians of the Galaxy. Free Top Gun Maverick expansion. Coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator.
hmm.
Outer Worlds 2 announced. Halo Infinite, first look. Holiday. Coming to the holidays. Sea of Thieves, Pirate's Life, launching 22nd. Putting it into Mojo, top 10 toys with a cult following. Some new Starskets on the new YouTube banner. G5 playsets revealed. G5 PJs at Target. Megan McCartney, story editor for Centaur World. finally we can get to our final goodbyes. Oof, Bobby Hunter Jr. Mid-BD, so don't expect lots in any future KHs. Basic Banes, Dr. Brenholm from Deep Space Nine. Alex Harville, world record for longest two darts motorcycle ramp jump.
Hmm.
And Chimp, one of two current presidential pets.
Yeah.
Let's see, so,
Yeah.
they're saying it's going to be Later today is going to be a tad bit interesting for me, as it'll probably be as it'll be the first time edition of something in quite a while, and it'll be a major test run of this vaccination. Also, a bit of a group proposal.
Ew.
I know it's most likely that we're holding. I know that it's most likely that we're holding off Everfree for another year.
Yeah.
So I thought of a bit of an alternative, inspired to a degree by a Snapchat bit that Nate sent to me earlier this week. I thought either that weekend or earlier or later, we could all get together for a day out at a amusement park.
Huh.
I'm thinking of
Interesting.
Ramblinger Farms, so as to not give Nate the inclination that he's been to one place twice in 1 year.
Yeah.
Because what he sent me actually came from Silverwood, which is Idaho.
Hmm.
By comparison, Ramblinger should be a shorter drive. I'll see if I can break the option to my dad when he gets back, and we'll try to look at potential dates.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I wish I could do stuff like that, but yeah, don't drive, don't have a car, and like anything that involved me going places, I'd have to probably get my cousin to get my yeah, probably need to get my cousin to take me places.
Kind of, imagined you'd drive up there, you would have come up the night before, spend the night one of us, and then spend the next day with all of us, and then probably the day after or something.
Right. well, I make no promises because like I've seen how my thing with plans has been going lately. So yeah, I try not to do plans anymore. Like today, for example. Yeah, to get any recording done today. Uh, like, I'll see about tomorrow, but like, yeah, it's supposed to be really hot, so maybe not. Uh, anyway, it's getting kind of late.
Like I said, I'll talk with Dad and see if we can work out a date.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we can finally start season 2 of Gravity Falls later this week.
Yep. Speaking
And
of which, I should probably start getting around to getting the files onto my Google Drive.
until which, stay safe, stay well, despite vaccinations. There's still vaccinations. Granted there's more of a return to normalcy, but there's still that risk, just not as extreme as last year.
Yeah.
And hopefully we will see you later this week. Take care.
See you later.